Earthquake? Cool. Solar eclipse? Lame.
How are you telling J. Cole, one of the greatest rappers of all time, you're telling him what you're not allowed to do?
Has Kendrick Lamar responded? How does this work now?
This may make your head and this podcast explode when I say it.
I stared right at it, and I can still see.
Especially because, let's be honest, The Rock is so much richer than Cena.
It's like a pig.
And now you have a whole bunch of people on Twitter who've literally never done anything in their lives.
Remember, this is the same society that tells LeBron James when he says a foul shouldn't have been called that he doesn't know anything about basketball. Carry on.
You're telling him what you're not allowed to do? Mm-hmm. How about you shut the up?
Half the time, once the Xanax gets popped, I don't remember most of it.
Because you're just like Drake.
From Wondery, I'm Michelle Beadle.
I'm Peter Rosenberg.
And this is Over the Top. Here's how the show works. Best stories of the week in sports and pop culture face off. We're going to crown a champ. Answer the simple question, what is the undisputed most important thing on planet Earth this week? We're going to decide it the only way we know how, using Royal Rumble rules. We start with two stories. We decide which one's more worthy to discuss and which one's got to go. After 90 seconds, a new story will be introduced, and we have to decide whether we want to keep talking about our current story or switch to the new one. Now, we don't know the order of stories coming our way, but we do decide which ones get thrown over the top rope. Peter, what's first?
Let's get started. Here we go. First topics of the day. Yet another disappointing early exit in the NCAA tournament, and longtime Kentucky men's basketball coach John Calipari is out. That's right, he's jumping ship seemingly before UK could fire him. It's being reported he's finalizing a 5-year deal to become the next coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. And the Knicks just can't catch a break. Julius Randle, out since late January with a dislocated shoulder, dashed Knicks fans' hopes and dreams of a dramatic return for the playoffs when the team announced that he's officially out for the season. Are we talking Coach Cal to Ark? Do we say Ark's not a thing?
Do we say Ark?
I don't think that's a thing.
Or do we say Arkansas?
Arkansas. Or do we want to talk about the Knicks losing Julius?
I'm a little torn on this one, Pizza, mainly because this is not a hot take. I'm not trying to be that way, but I actually think that the Knicks could still be okay. Only because I'm thinking of last year's Julius Randle, and it wasn't a great playoff for him. And OG Anunoby right now, in my mind, just my little old pea-brained mind, I think OG Anunoby is more vital. So as long as he's healthy, and everyone else, of course, I think they're okay. So that I don't know if it's a big story.
Yeah, if OG's around, I think this Knicks team is still competitive. Are they still championship competitive? I don't know, but all right, fine. I can't believe I'm doing this. Let's go with Coach Cal. Jumping ship for Arkansas.
Oh, your Razorback. I love everything about it. And by the way,
what was that last?
That's their. Isn't that their thing? They're like suey, like pigs. It's like a pig.
Wait, when did you get this talent?
I was raised amongst hillbillies. What do you want from me?
But you have a built-in pig sound.
Don't you? Do it again.
I haven't. That is. You are a freak. I think
that's their thing. I think it's suey pigs. God, what if it's none of this and I'm an idiot? Either way. The reason I love this story so much, Peter, is because everyone's like, oh, why would you go to Arkansas? Whatever. The best answer, and the answer that I will continue to use, is because of the Tyson connection. He's buddies with the dude who's like the billionaire that has Tyson chicken. And all I keep seeing is chicken money. Chicken money was the draw, and I will never, ever stop saying that. And P.S., he'd outworn his welcome, 15 seasons. They wanted to fire him, and it cost too much to do that. He doesn't get along with the AD in Kentucky. This writing was on the wall.
I also love it because chicken is also slang for money. So chicken money to some people is chicken.
Or is it money?
Well, good point. You've never heard the phrase chicken?
Not in context of cash.
Yeah.
So how would I say it? Like, how much chicken is that?
No, that's a bad way of doing it.
Then how do I use it?
It's more like, oh man, he's trying to get that chicken.
Oh, we're all trying to get the chicken. Okay.
That's right. All right.
Okay, fine. I like this. All right. Coach Cal. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. If he changes any of his strategy, I have no idea. We'll find out. Up next, with the MLB season not even a month old, Braves and Nationals aces Shane Bieber and Spencer Strider already out for the season. Tommy John got him, thrusting the league's elbow problem right back into that spotlight. Players' unions blaming the pitch clock. An MLB study by Johns Hopkins found no evidence to support that the introduction of the pitch clock has increased injuries, and no evidence that pitchers who worked quickly or sped up their pace were more likely to sustain an injury than those who did not. That's just science. Do we continue talking about Cal and Arkansas, or do we go, what the heck is happening with these elbows?
I mean, I don't have a lot more to say about Coach Cal. I mean, I can always complain about sort of the coaching carousel in college sports and how nasty it can be, but whatever. Over the top you go, Coach Cal. Let's talk about the elbow epidemic, because, yeah, it's just not great. Every week in Major League Baseball, you're just seeing top-level pitchers go down. And in a sport that's already struggling to keep its fan base and to gain any sort of young fan base, you know what doesn't help? Not having key players playing the game.
Yeah, it's not a great recipe for success in any sport. But so I ask you this. I mean, there are obviously a million different reasons. Sure, does this probably contribute because so many of these guys are used to doing it one way and now all of a sudden they had to change it? I guess some of the names that are heard are older dudes, Verlander, Scherzer. Like, I'm not going to put them in the same category as some of the young guns. That being said, you know, I heard something about they're going to maybe change, or maybe they would have to think about it, a game being 4 innings for a pitcher rather than like give up on the idea that they pitch a whole game. Like, that just doesn't happen anymore. But now they want to even maybe bring it back to 4 innings and then start going into your bullpen. And I'm like, what kind of a gig is this, Peter? What is this?
Yeah, and it just sort of completely changes the interest you would have in pitchers. I don't know, man. I just feel like baseball keeps sort of stubbing its toe. Like every few years, there's a different sort of problem.
Like Aaron Judge's toe.
Ooh, way to bring that all around full circle. But he's okay right now. At least he's starting to pay things back up. But yeah, I sort of still believe the pitch clock might not be helpful, but whatever. Up next, Roman Reigns' historic 1,316-day title reign has ended. Cody Rhodes finished his story by defeating Roman to become the undisputed WWE champion. That's right. The exciting event. It was I need better adjectives.
I know.
It was magnificiflous. You know what I mean?
I like that one. Yes.
It was superfluent.
I got nothing.
Stupendous.
Stupendous. I was like, what is mine? I suck. Okay.
It was stupendous, and it was filled with Hall of Fame cameos. Cody goes on to beat Roman Reigns in the main event at WrestleMania 40. He is your undisputed Universal World Heavyweight Champion. Do we want to talk about... No. Get out of here, elbows.
It's
all right, Beadle, let's get into it. How much Mania did you watch this past weekend?
I watched about, I think, half of the first night when I got home, and then almost all of the second night, but I also had to do it kind of out of order. When I got home, I was basically picking up right in the middle when Snoop Dogg showed up.
For
Not
commentary?
the second time, the first time. Yeah. So then I was like, okay, but the bottom line is this. I saw, and I hate to say his name, but I think he earned it. Logan Paul is really good at this wrestling thing. That being said, when the bell rang, dong, and the lights went out, lost my mind.
Here's what's so cool about the weekend. First of all, let me stop and give props to Logan Paul. He's incredible in the ring. He's going to be truly great. And there was a video going around of him in a suite watching the main event afterwards. And like flipping out, like super emotional watching it afterwards. And I got to tell you, in my limited, handful or less interactions with him, whatever stuff he used to be, I don't get the sense that's who he is. He is a pretty cool dude, man. Humble, wanting to learn. And for a guy with endless money, who's like good-looking dude, in incredible shape, sick athlete, unbelievably rich, he works hard, he loves it. So props to Logan. I didn't even get to the main event yet.
That's all right.
We'll see what happens here.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
Let
boy.
me hold on. Up next, after 25 years, damn, it was 25 years.
No,
Curb
it
Your
was 20,
Enthusiasm.
wasn't it?
Was it 20? I mean, it felt like 25. It came
Maybe
to an
24.
end on Sunday night. It just over. It's done. The series is kaput. Although, spoiler alert, I haven't watched. I'm not caught up yet. Do we continue talking about WWE, WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes, or switch to the finale?
So I've heard it was great. And obviously, unlike Beadle, I think it's one of the greatest shows of all time. I do love the show.
I'm watching it now.
But you are starting to come around just a bit, let's be honest.
I think I see more of myself in Larry David than I was aware of.
There's a lot there. I think everyone sees some Larry in them, and that's what makes the show so great. Yeah. Yes. But since neither of us have watched the finale yet,
exactly.
I think, sorry, Larry, over the top, buddy. We'll catch up with you though.
Oh, for sure.
Now let's get to this main event though. Cody, Roman, it was telegraphed. You kind of knew where it was going to go, even though there was a shocking amount of people who thought Roman would win. I was not among them.
I didn't.
Last week on this very show, I laid out for you how the end could go. It went exactly as I said it would go, except the glass didn't break. Instead, the gong tolled.
Gong.
And we got The Undertaker. I have to tell you, so there's speculation. I know nothing about this, but I've been told that other podcasters have been speculating. They've heard things that maybe Austin and The Rock are not on great terms.
Oh.
But by the way, I know nothing of that being true. I have heard Austin say great things about The Rock and vice versa plenty of times recently. So
also, do we need them to be on great terms? They need to hate each other for the moment anyways.
I was about to say, does it really matter? I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't be, but whatever. Either way, the coolest thing about it being Undertaker was just a few years removed from like the Undertaker's never-ending retirement when it kind of felt like it was really time to go. And like everyone was kind of like, it had enough. And it's not like he's been not around. He does live shows. He does interviews now. He's really like around these days. And yet somehow the surprise was epic.
When the lights came on, Undertaker.
We got to watch him choke slam The Rock. It was amazing. So it worked, and Cody finishes the story. And up next.
Wait, can I ask you one question? I want to know, did you have the same idea I did when Cena and Rock were facing off? And I was like, those are two very rich men.
No, I didn't even think that.
Okay, I just see like Hollywood now. Okay, keep going.
Especially because, let's be honest, The Rock is so much richer than Cena.
He's an empire, but Cena's good at comedy, so let's see where that goes.
Well, no, he's going to be all right. I don't think he'll be at the soup kitchen. Up next, the women's NCAA tournament did not disappoint. And from what I've heard, maybe the men's didn't either, but I didn't really watch. Even though Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes came up short in the final, South Carolina became the first team to complete an undefeated season since UConn in 2016 under Gino Auriemma, avenging their loss to Iowa, who crushed their undefeated chances in the Final Four last year. South Carolina has now won 3 titles in 3 trips to the championship game in just 7 years under Dawn Staley.
Damn.
I honestly feel like we just gave all the information, and I want to keep talking about WrestleMania, but I will leave it to you, Beadle.
We can. Look, I love Dawn Staley. I think she has exhibited so many beautifully authentic, likable qualities, whether it be cracking ridiculously dumb jokes at a press conference, bringing her dog, taking care of a grifter who somehow got credentialed as a media member for God knows what reason, who tried to, get someone. I think she handled all of it and then some, and also was gracious in winning. Shout out Caitlin Clark during the winning speech. Like, I don't know what else to say other than fan for life, and also apparently has a deal with Louis Vuitton because she is decked.
And maybe you know what? That's
every day.
Really? Every day?
She's busting out Louis like every game. That's like a $6,000 jacket she wore for that final.
Yeah, it's funny. Louis is like a different level. It's so expensive.
Yeah,
good. You know what? Good for Dawn. But over the top you go. Congrats on another championship. I don't know. The story I would want to talk about this week, and I don't know if we'll get there in basketball, is the foul at the end.
I know. The UConn
of the
game.
Final Four game. That to me is the story. But let's go back to Cody. Cody finishes the story. It's so epic when you think about it. This is a guy who, when he was last in WWE 7 years ago, whatever it was kind of an afterthought at that point. His career really just wasn't special. And he goes out on his own, does all the things he said he was going to do, starts another company, which even though they're, not putting up numbers anywhere near WWE, I watch that show too. It's a real show people watch. Like it's a thing. It is a big part of the culture now as well. He started that. Then he goes, this isn't working out for me. I'm going back to WWE. They welcome him with open arms. Now it's been 2 years. He's still incredibly loved. And even with, I say the following with all due respect, even the shit for brains a-holes in Philly did not boo him when he won. And
that's big.
I was worried. That those nasty, neck-bearded Jason Kelce loving freaks would boo Cody. But guess what? They didn't. And he's been as popular a good guy as we've seen since maybe Daniel Bryan at his heights and Cena. But I think he may be the most popular going back 20 years. And I don't know if this story is going to keep going to the second half of the show.
We don't know.
But I hope it does. Because on the other side, I want to tell you something really cool about Cody Rhodes.
Well, that's a tease. But yeah, we are halfway through the show. So I don't know right now. The most important topic of the entire week is, of course, WrestleMania. We started with Cody Rhodes, and he continues to get some love. We will be right back. Welcome back to Over the Top. Peter, what's next?
So glad you asked, Beadle. Well, we have WrestleMania right now, and Cody Rhodes finishing the story, but now he's up against, wait for it, lost in all the NFL draft hoopla. The Buffalo Bills shocked the league by trading Stefon Diggs to the Houston Texans. Curious move for a Bills team that now has a glaring need at wide receiver.
Very weird.
And perpetual Super Bowl expectations. So do we want to keep talking about Cody finishing the story? Or the Bills moving on from Stefon Diggs? I have mixed feelings on this.
I do too, because I do like to talk about how big a pain in the ass you got to be for people to get rid of you when they desperately need your services. Also, how smart the Texans are to sort of defer all of his payment up front so that they can get rid of him after a season when he will inevitably become a malcontent. I don't know, Peter. You go. You were at Mania. You've got a million stories.
This is hard.
I know.
This is hard. Okay. Let's say goodbye to Stefon Diggs, because honestly, it's not surprising.
It's not.
I'm sorry. And at some point where there's smoke, there's fire. I love Steph. He went to Maryland, my alma mater. He's a great player. But they kept trying to put lipstick on a pig for years in Buffalo to pretend like him and Josh were always good. I think Josh was pretty good. Steph wasn't so much. But by the way, brilliant plan by Houston. Great ad for CJ Stroud. Back to WrestleMania. I said I'd tell you something about Cody Rhodes. I have never known a top guy or gal in wrestling, and not even ever known a celebrity of any variety who is as consistently wonderful as Cody Rhodes. You will not find a better human being than Cody Rhodes. I went to his wife at some point recently and was like, tell me the truth, Brandy. Does this guy ever have a moment when he's just a dick? He can't be this way. He can't. This weekend was all about him. There's so many, 100,000 people are here. I'm averaging 70,000 a night, right? It's probably 100,000 that were there specifically in person, plus millions around the world. Plus this huge, publicly traded company with now monster Hollywood people at the top. It's so much pressure, so much going on. There was not a moment when I saw this guy when he didn't say hello, happy WrestleMania, shake your hand, have a more specific personal conversation with whoever it was he saw. There has never been a Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry.
How?
I know
that's the nicest thing.
I know, and Cena is wonderful. It's hard to beat Cena. And I've never seen Cena be anything but nice also. But Cody's on a level I've
different.
I've never seen anything like it.
Do you think he's more humble just because his journey's been so all over?
Possibly. And maybe it's the fact that he's the son of a plumber, if you will. Comes from very humble beginnings, if you will. I don't know, because he doesn't come from humble beginnings, obviously. His dad does, but his dad was the man. Yeah. He grew up getting to be the cool kid at school in Atlanta. And he's got a beautiful wife and family, a gorgeous dog, lots of money.
When those bodies get dug up from his backyard, you're going to be heartbroken. We'll wait. We'll deal with it when we get there. Up next, there's got to be something. You called it. You called it. Jason Kelce, along with his longtime O-line mate, Lane Johnson, of the Eagles, of course, made their presence felt night one of WrestleMania 40. They hopped the security barrier wearing Eagles-themed luchador masks, and of course, helped Rey Mysterio pick up a win. Do we continue talking about, it's kind of one and the same, Cody Rhodes and WrestleMania or Kelce Mania?
I didn't, listen, Jason Kelce's awesome.
Sure.
I saw him. I wanted to try to get a picture for a friend who's like obsessed.
But you didn't?
I didn't have time in that moment, and it would have required a whole like, hi, I'm so-and-so. Hey, blah, blah, blah. And I'd have to hit him with a legitimate, my friend loves you. People hate that. I hate when someone comes up to me and goes, hey, can my kid get a picture with you? And meanwhile, I'm looking at the kid's face and the kid does not care who I am.
Well, I hate it. I hate when they say, hey, my friend's a big fan, because I'm like, oh, and you're not. That's
right.
Hurtful.
Exactly.
Very hurtful.
And I would have been saying that because I would have been like, I'm a Commanders fan. I don't care.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But he'd respect that. He is
shirtless, and God bless him.
Either way, though, cool moment. It popped the crowd in Philly, of course. Get over the top. You don't get to replace Cody Rhodes. Not this week, buddy.
No, the story's being finished again.
But also, as we're recording this, they're about to get started with Monday Night Raw.
Oh, God, they are.
So,
okay.
The off season in WWE lasted from around 11 p.m. last night to 8 p.m. tonight.
That's insane. They have an insane schedule.
Dude, every time I leave, I felt so beat down by the weekend. Granted, I did some partying and drinking as well.
Good job.
I celebrated my friend Damian Priest winning the World Heavyweight Championship.
I saw that.
He pulled the class move as a champion. He did a small thing for friends and family, bought out the bar, food, drink. So I was a little more tired maybe than if I was just a professional. But by the way, it's the end of everyone's big year. So I wasn't the only one celebrating.
I would hope not.
The only difference is I, professional that I am, skipped my morning show today. Yeah, no.
Pedro.
Friday and Monday.
You're going to get fired.
No, I have off days.
Oh, okay. You took an off day for that?
I had to.
I guess.
Come on, right. Don't you want to go out after Mania Sunday night and that alarm going off at 6 a.m.? I can't. No, Beadle.
I know.
Come on.
I know. I got
you. But all of my colleagues in WWE, they had to go back to the building today to do it again.
And I saw they're going to France. Do you get to go to France, by the way? I know we're moving on, but do you get to go?
I hope so.
That's a good one.
I've never traveled for an international one.
You got to do France.
Lyon. I would love to go to Lyon and have some. Cody Rhodes.
God, they hate us. This is why.
This is why they should hate us.
You should. 100. That and 1,000 other reasons.
American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes.
American. Yeah. Hey, if they're going to the event, they don't get to hate on us. We're all in the same boat.
That's right,
Same,
baby.
but different.
All right, up next. This is interesting. J. Cole has publicly apologized to Kendrick Lamar for dissing him on 7 Minute Drill while performing at his own Dreamville Festival. He expressed regret for releasing the track and said it was messing with his piece. He called it the lamest, goofiest shit, and he plans to remove the track from streaming. Beadle, we've probably done enough about this. WrestleMania, even though it was incredible, it could have went all the way. Yeah. But now you're like 5 deep, and you're up against another monster story from the week.
Oh, so the hours of sleep I lost when I keep thinking about the J. Cole walking back. So yeah, you know what? WrestleMania and all that you were fantastic. You filled a void in my life that I didn't even know was empty. Can't wait till next year.
I love it.
I know it was an event, but you're going over the top. How ironic to do that.
But were you being sarcastic though? You don't care about the J. Cole?
I don't even know what any of those words meant that you said. So there's a diss track. Okay. He got mad. He's taking it back. Are you allowed to do that with a diss track? That seems weird.
So let me explain what happened.
Okay.
Drake and J. Cole have been buddy recently. They're on tour together. They did songs together, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, Kendrick Lamar drops a verse on the future Metro Boomin album and takes shots at Drake and J. Cole. J. Cole had a line on First Person Shooter by Drake where he talked about them being the big three. He said big three. The implication, of course, is Kendrick being the third. Among other things, Kendrick said on his song, "Motherfuck the big three.
Oh, no.
It's just big me." A lot of people were waiting for the Drake response. Instead, J. Cole responded. He dropped a project, and on a song, he took shots at Kendrick. He dissed Kendrick's catalog.
Really?
Yes. And so here's why I am going against the grain. I love what J. Cole did.
You like the walking back?
Yes.
Oh.
Because we live in a moronic society.
This is true.
Where if you walk back something... Hold on, I'm gonna make my point again because I'm ignoring the buzzer. I'm ignoring
That's
it.
fair. I love that.
We live in a moronic society where if you ever change your mind after getting new information or after thinking on something, you get called very mean words.
Yes.
If you're a man, it's even worse. Like, men are not supposed to ever go back on anything because you're supposed to be strong and wrong. J. Cole said things on that record.
What? How bad was it? What are we talking here?
Well, I mean, he called To Pimp a Butterfly basically a snooze, like Kendrick Lamar's lauded second album.
I liked it.
Was like about all these awesome social political issues. He just kind of made it like, it didn't feel like J. Cole. I'm like, J. Cole is too savvy
Cerebral
and smart and cerebral to actually feel this way. I didn't really buy it. It felt weird. So the fact that he sort of waited and then he says, you know what? It was lame. It was goofy. He listened to his heart. Yeah. And now you have a whole bunch of people on Twitter who've literally never done anything in their lives, calling him soft and saying, "Oh, you can't do this." And how are you telling J. Cole, one of the greatest rappers of all time, you're telling him what you're not allowed to do? How about you shut the fuck up and either listen or don't listen and let him be a grown-up who said, "I don't like how this feels. I'm going to go back and apologize." And then you have the nerve to belittle him? Well, I don't understand. What is this? We should only just go with our first gut and that's it. You have to say, but no, we have new information. Maybe you don't feel that way. I must be a man. To be a man is to just keep going the same way.
Yeah, men are dumb. It's a great point you just made. They really are dumb. Thank you. For pointing that out to me. No, it's, by the way, remember, this is the same society that tells LeBron James when he says a foul shouldn't have been called that he doesn't know anything about basketball. Carry on.
By the way, beautifully said.
Up next. Basketball. Vince Carter officially joining the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Playing career, Hall of Fame level. Performance in the 2000 Slam Dunk Contest, legendary. Do we want to continue talking about men changing their minds and the right to do so, or switch over to VC, head into the Hall?
I love Vince Carter. Great career. Absolutely should be in the Basketball Hall of Fame. College career, epic. Pro career, epic in length.
He gets to work with Michelle Beadle a couple times in his life. That's probably something that's going to be mentioned in the speech.
If you don't induct him, really great, really underrated, great career. Also, but I think there's more here with men being morons, don't you?
Wait, I'm not throwing Vince Carter over the top. We're going to allow him to just walk carefully, right?
Show yourself, as you like to say. Yeah, the Andre the Giant style. Just put your leg over the top rope and step down, sir. But either way, you're out of here.
Okay, all right. So tell me, has Kendrick Lamar responded? How does this work now?
Kendrick hasn't said anything yet.
Okay.
And now people are questioning, like, I wonder if Kendrick's going to say anything anyway. And actually, J. Cole, in his sort of walk back apology kind of situation, he basically was like, and by the way, do what you got to do. If I got to take it in the chin, I'll take whatever I deserve because I stepped out there. People are acting like he now disqualified himself as like the GOAT kind of thing for this. Well, two things. Number one, J. Cole's iconic. I don't think he was going to be the GOAT either way. I don't know that Kendrick or Drake is either, but J. Cole, this doesn't do anything to damage his legacy. I mean, I know it will for some people, but honestly, if you're the kind of person who goes, nah, I can't fuck with J. Cole anymore after he realized he shouldn't have dissed his friend, I care about your opinion anyway?
No, you don't.
Is it possible that hip hop has evolved and we don't have to talk about it? It's the only genre of music that also gets treated like a competitive sport?
It does, huh?
It kind of does. The only genre where the artists are also like competitors.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's like a lot of alphas. A lot of alpha. But they need to tell you they're alphas, which I always found was an interesting quality in an alpha. It should not occur.
Isn't it funny? One of the great questions of all time, one of the real things that, I mean, this may make your head and this podcast explode when I say it. There's no blurrier a line than the line between big dick energy and little dick energy.
Amen, sister.
It is because if you're, that guy's got big dick energy. He's being too loud because it's actually little dick, very small. Sometimes
micro.
Sometimes you can just be confident and you don't have to say anything at all.
I trust that a lot more.
All right, up next, this is going to be tough to beat, guys. It was a week of full-on natural phenomena.
God.
Phenomena. On Friday, there was a 4.8 magnitude earthquake on the Northeast. If you're not watching, you're listening. Beadle's shaking.
This is me. This was literally me because I was on the air right where I'm sitting now when it happened.
And you looked like a bobblehead?
Yes, and I was like, that's an earthquake, gosh darn it. And
you
I
know,
don't think we had those here. But
you also live on the West.
Yeah.
And on Monday, by the way, there was a full solar eclipse. Well, full adjacent, depending where you were.
I mean,
do we want to keep talking about? No, I think we let's not even answer. We know we did enough on J. Cole and Kendrick. We have to talk about the end of the world.
I just hope those kids can, figure it out, Get the old gang back together.
You know what, though? Let's over the top you go, J. Cole and Kendrick and Drake. Let's talk about the end of the world as we know it.
Yeah. It's time. We've been here long enough. Time to take us out. Okay.
It's the end of the
world. As we, do we
Sorry, go ahead.
Earthquake? Cool. Solar eclipse? Lame. That's my grading. Where are you?
I said it was very lame and was a nothing burger and blah, 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 blah. And then my wife, at Miss Hatton on Instagram, posted her picture from the eclipse. And I was like,
but how was that real? We're in the same city. I didn't see that.
Did you see what she posted?
Yeah, it was this beautiful dark picture with like a part of the moon, but I've been the same zip code basically, and what I saw was none of that. I know.
Literally for me, it just got like slightly dark. And I'm like,
Can I be honest with you, Peter? Little secret. Come closer. I stared right at it and I could still see.
You're not supposed to stare at it.
No, I did. I dared myself. I looked around at all these turds and glasses and I was like, nope, I'm gonna stare right at it. And I did.
You didn't even care.
No, don't tell me what to do.
Damn, you're a badass.
No, that picture's amazing. And that's why I was like, how?
But that's the thing. I didn't get that view. I don't know how she did it.
Do you know that the least favorite moment of the entire thing was that 300 couples somewhere in like Arkansas got married during that eclipse? All like in a field. And that's why I hate us. And new rule, if you make strangers see you get married and or proposed publicly, you are also now obligated to inform us when you do inevitably also break up. You wasted my time. I'd like to at least know when it ends.
Not a lot of people know this, by the way, Beadle, but Calipari, Coach Cal, actually officiated those weddings in Arkansas.
That would be awesome. I did see him walking a dog in a stroller, and I was like, do I love Coach Cal now? I might. Up next, these are going to be some big numbers coming your way. Write them down. For a player that averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists in 19 minutes a game for USC as a freshman, Bronny James is doing a lot. The prodigal son has not only entered the NCAA transfer portal, he's also declared for the NBA draft. A move that will test the draft market for him while still maintaining his college eligibility. So much going on in this young man's life.
Is it really a big deal that he did that? Like, wouldn't it just be the logical thing to do to see if there's an opportunity?
I mean, his coach left. They got a new coach now.
He'll probably end up just transferring.
No, he's going to have a spot on the Lakers. This is 1,000% going to happen. I bet my life. No, wait, not my life. $1.
So you're saying the Lakers will make a second round pick.
And then that way, and then they'll sign LeBron to like a year, whatever, 2-year extension. And the experiment can finally start. Good God, we've been building up to this for what seems like forever.
I guess we're saying the natural phenomena are over the top rope and we're talking Bronny. Although we didn't even talk about the earthquake.
We didn't talk about the earthquake.
Yeah, Bronny, you're going over the top, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happening right now, and I don't think that would be really good for Bron. What am I?
Bronny Brons.
Bron.
But
You don't want to learn sitting on the bench with your. It's not the way to do it.
Well,
he needs to.
He's gonna.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
I don't either.
Is this like scary though? This earthquake situation. First of all, there have been 2 New York earthquakes like the last 10 years. I was gone for both of them.
This is somehow your fault.
Did it really feel like something though? Because in Philly,
Yeah,
I didn't feel anything.
Yeah. I was actually literally on the air, and I actually started to do this. Like my chair started to move a little bit, and like the stuff on the thing, it was just like, and I have been through enough of them out on the West Coast now. Like, that when it hits around like a 4.4, 4.7, 4, you can usually feel it depending on how far you are. So I figured that's what that was. Now, I saw some videos of people having stuff fall down. I definitely didn't have that. And then there was an aftershock probably 8-10 hours later, which I thought was kind of funny because I'm sitting on the couch and I was like, earthquake? But it was a small one. So yeah, you could feel it. And again, I had just landed from LA like at 2 that morning. I didn't realize that you had earthquakes here, that I didn't know. So I was ignorant.
Well, you don't really. And here's my question. How much bigger an earthquake does it have to be for it to be like the building you're in just keels over?
Probably 7s. Like if you go look at the Mexico City earthquakes or Japan, like they've had some pretty big ones over the years. Those are usually like up there in numbers. What am I talking about? So,
you sound like a real expert. So you're saying if we got like a 7 in New York though.
It'd be it would be problematic because you remember we got elevators, bridges, subways. Like there's stuff going on here that maybe other cities don't necessarily have to deal with. So many high rises. Like it would not be great. And I'm hoping that we don't get to that point.
I really, you know what? Maybe it's time. You can't even get on a plane these days. By the way, what is up with the Boeing situation too?
No. Just don't fly them right now.
So do you make sure you're not flying Boeing? Because you fly a lot.
Yeah, but I also am usually on like those big dogs back and forth, like a 777 or a Dreamliner, which, by the way, Dreamliner had its own set of issues like a week ago. Yes, I know that too. Why? I'm a psychopath. These are the things I study.
I never even heard of Dreamliner.
They go back and forth, LA, New York, and it's the biggest thing. So it actually feels weirdly safer.
And comfortable.
So comfortable. I mean, it's like a living room.
You know what? That's 90 seconds, which means we've come to a decision.
Jeez.
The new, undisputed, most important thing on planet Earth this week is natural phenomena. Taking over. And really scary ones to some degree, too.
We're just playing on borrowed time. They'll get us. They're waiting. Those aliens watched all these idiots out in field with 3D glasses on all day on Monday. So they're laughing at us. They're just waiting for the perfect time.
Beadle, how soon do you drop a travel podcast?
Oh, no one's interested in my travel. And also because half the time, once the Xanax gets popped, I don't remember most of it.
Because you're just like Drake. Yes. Half a Xan, 18 hours till you land. All right,
but
Beadle,
not half.
We did it again.
We are so good at this.
I know. Every week it seems like we get it right. Did we get it right?
This time we definitely. No, we did. What else could it be? It's a literal story about the Earth. It is what it is.
You know what? Damn it, when you're right. That's the worst. All right. That is it for us. Tune in next week to determine the only thing you need to care about and what goes over the top.